We're joined by a development analyst, Gbolahan Olojede. Thank you so much, Gbolahan, for joining us. Now, how exactly will Dangote Refinery's pricing strategy and distribution through specific retail partners like, those mentioned, affect market competition and the pricing strategies of other fuel retailers, particularly the NNPC?
What we have seen in previous price adjustment was that the competitors also followed suit. They also adjusted because the natural thing for the buyers, the consumers, if I get a product at 65 naira less, definitely I would rather queue and get it at that price than go to other stations where the items cost more. So definitely the competitors are going to be forced to do something about their own pricing.
Right. Now, what factors exactly contribute to the regional price disparities in Dangote petrol across Nigeria?
Okay. One of the things that a truly market-driven environment should engender is this kind of price differential in the PMS market. I remember living in another part of the world before, where I normally buy my petrol. I drive like about 3 kilometers to go and get the petrol from that place, just because the differential in price. So it is the cost profile of individual sellers that should determine the price that they can attach to their product. So what my cost profile is, and both cost of operations, and if I import, cost of importation, cost of logistics. By the time I put all my costs together and I have determined what is the margin that I'm expecting, that is what will determine the individual prices in a free market situation.
So how sustainable would you say that these prices or the price reductions are in the long term, considering fluctuations in global crude oil prices, the exchange rates, and other economic factors?
It may not always be a decrease anyway. So I don't know how to contextualize the issue of sustainability within the reality of the fact that there are so many factors that determine the price. And a major one is the price of crude in the international community, in the international market, provided issues of subsidy is removed. So if there are no form of subsidy whatsoever, and the market is just open for everybody, then the critical price driver, the number one price driver, will be the price. And it is not necessarily going to go down, it will also go up.
Right. Okay, so how effectively will this distribution through selected retail partners ensure the widespread consumer accessibility to petrol?
Well, I don't think we have settled yet in the market. It seems as if there are still a bit of some games, here and there being played. For example, Dangote on one side will say, I can provide the need of this market. NNPC on the other side will say, no, you cannot provide the need. We must import before we can get the need of the market filled. So there are still some disharmony in the market. So the market itself has not settled. It is when it has settled that things become more predictable. So as it is today, there are queues in MRS stations. I observe it myself. Meanwhile, some other stations, maybe particularly the NNPC, are not getting as much patronage as you see with the NNPC, with the MRS stations, where Dangote fuel, which has been said to be of a better quality, is being offered. Whether it's a better quality or not, it's not meant to be a social media affair. It's meant to be a technical affair. We have not seen the technical side of things as championed by the regulator in that space. We've not seen that. So the market has not settled, and there will continue to be all sort of, competition, whether they are real or not. As long as it is downward anyway, as long as it brings the prices downward, the consumer is happy for it.
All right, development analyst Gbolahan Olojede, thank you so much for joining us to discuss this.
Thanks for having me.